Let me frame the regulatory agencies around the world to start with. I think that's what's important to understand is as they're harmonizing regulatory, there's really two main groups. And the first group to talk about is where they're using foreign DNA, and that's seen still as GMO. The second group is really where you've made edits without the use of foreign DNA, and these are indistinguishable from what can be found in nature or traditional plant breeding programs. So what's exciting about that is that accelerates the process of getting crops with these new characteristics or new traits to the farmer. When you look at Southeast Asia, we're seeing improvements already in the process in China. In December last year, we saw the first gene-edited trait approved in a tomato in Japan. And then also in other parts of Southeast Asia, countries are harmonizing around that second group that I mentioned on gene edits. So that really allows you to think through in the next couple of years, you'll be seeing gene-edited crops from seed companies getting to farmers' fields.
Peter, just a couple of questions on the technicals of this. Gene-edited crops will help farmers boost yield. Can you quantify that in percentage terms, perhaps, per hectare or whatever the standard is? And how can this tech be made affordable in a developing world context, and how can it be scaled? So a couple of questions there.
So let me start with, the cost, because I think that was one of the biggest issues with GMO crops is that, it's really well known that to put one trait into a crop and go through the regulatory process cost as much as $130 million. That has just put so many barriers for providing new technology to farmers' fields. So now, we can reduce that by at least tenfold and maybe even more as we really advance the technology here at Cibus. One of the other aspects you mentioned is, the cost to farmers. One of the things that's really clear is if you can reduce the need for inputs to provide highly yielding crops, we share in that value with the farmer. The farmer knows the cost of the inputs, and if they're reduced, looks at this as a saving rather than an added cost.
Yes.